Hey there, everybody, HeroicLegend here. We are back with Master Duel because, masochism may be free, but it's hard to achieve by yourself. No, it's not. I'm just... Dead by Daylight, I got 33 minutes before I can do anything, so... I'm not gonna sit here for 33 minutes just, blowing spit bubbles and being like, I wish I was playing a game right now. So, as is tradition, I wish to kill an entire video length by going over the deck that I have built alongside dear brother Jaymer. This is the... Well, actually, this is the one we're using for the dice rally. I'm going to show you what it would look like, because there's one card change, initially. So, this is Hecka Hand. I remember looking at Hecka Hands and being like, I like Hecka Hand. That seemed pretty cool. I thought the designs were cool, because... you look at this dude and he got abs and he's like, hey, look, I have 3 hands, maybe more. I'm seeing something there. You got the one Zaku eye with the mask type dealie and the smile, and the wing is made of hands. I just noticed. Oh my goodness. Right. And then you got the lady right here who, and she's she got that same thing going on. Except she doesn't got too many hands. She got 2 hands, and then the wing hands. Which again, I didn't realize that those were hands when I looked at the card. I'm just like, oh, they got wings. I wasn't paying too much attention. So the zoom in. Oh goodness, what's this gonna look like? It's a lot of hands. It's a hecka amount of hands. Ow. I wasn't struck. I did that. I clapped my hands to simulate me being struck. And this thing's just kind of cool. I like multi-eyed tentacled monstrosities from beyond the veil of time and space that are guaranteed to give you nightmares. It is the AM. And we got people revving their motorcycles outside because they just are bad people. They're just bad people. Ah, yes, and of course, our eldritch entity of the probably end times with way too many hands. And then it's just a dinosaur. It's like a big old dinosaur. It's not a dinosaur. It's a giant worm thing. I kind of view him as a dinosaur, though. But yeah, so it is the Hecka Hands stuff. So, sorry, give me a moment. Are we having frames, you Master Duel? I'll tell you right now, we better not be. But yeah, Hecka Hands. Oh goodness, maybe friggin'. Seems to be playing nice now. But this was the Hecka Hands deck. I went up to 4. I went up to 45 because, oh, this is basically Jaymer's using the same type of dealie right now. So I'm gonna go over the thought process. Obviously, we have to roll in Lockbird because until this problem child is dealt with properly, it's just gonna have to be a staple. Because, my goodness, do I get tired of my opponent just drawing everything free? Even though we kind of want that with this deck. But also we don't, because then they just set up the 212 negate board that makes me give them my credit card information. Which is why I say jokes on them. I never have money in it anyway. We got Master Tao instead of Tao Tao, because Master Tao is just kind of a good little lull you thought, who can then bring out one of the other Hecka Hands because they're all illusions. One copy of Talons of Shirlane, because she's actually really useful. Just bringing back cards into the hand, so I could basically get off the Hecka Hand effect, bring it back into the hand, literally pop a monster if they can be popped, and it comes back to the hand as well. Good recursion, strong card, I like it. We also of course have Nightmare Apprentice because, strong. And of course Tao, Nightmare Apprentice, and Nightmare Magician all play nicely together. We have 3 copies of Ibtil? Look, we're gonna have to sit down and acknowledge that Heroic Legend does not know how to say the names of these creatures, and it's just going to be a thing that happens, period. But we have Iptel 3 copies because it's a searcher. We have his counterpart and lovely wife, Yugioh, as more searching. We have Mankibul. Mankibuil? Mankibuil. Bool. Mankibul. Mankibul? Mankibul. Man! Really, this card in your hand is a fusion summon for... It's a monster that can fusion summon, and, you know, it also can just come back to the hand, so it's like... I'd almost argue we could actually drop this down to 1, maybe? It's okay, it's not like end-all be-all, especially when we have the quick play spell. You all know Nightmare Magician by this point, if you've even remotely played during the time of Chimeras. Yeah, no, we're getting framed, and I would love to know why. Master Duel should not be causing frickin' problems. Just go ahead and do myself a favor. Let's close down tabs, things that are open in the background, just... It's like... Might also just be downloading stuff in the background, which, you know, is always fun when my machine is just like, we're gonna start updating now while you're reporting because we hate you. Hopefully this helps a bit. We also got Godos. I like Godos, but I feel like I'd like him more if he wasn't in my hand in the opening. It's funny because we have him at 2 as well, which you would think would help him not show up in the opening hand. Or if he does, he shows up in a draw. I don't know. Gygus and Brewis. Gygus is... Ooh, oh, he's very wormy. Easy rip 3 off. Well, not rip 3, it's excavate, so we just kind of look and then shuffle, which could really help out if our opponent tries to stack the top deck. And Brewis, which just hand rips, technically, or we get to see the hand. Harpies and Heavy, because they're, at this point, staples that you need to just have in every deck, otherwise you're just in a bad spot. Jaymer actually brought me to the idea of Dark World Dealing, because we don't mind discarding cards. Again, we throw away Nightmare Magician or Master, and that's just easy. Well, we throw away Nightmare Magician, and then we could either bring it back out with Master later, or just... There's a number of things that can be done here, right? But we got cards that we can ditch and be like, that's fine. Went with 2 Dark Ruler No Mores, because, you know, if they do end up setting their board, because, you know, Droll just happened to be asleep, it's easy to just say, hey, no, and then potentially beat over. I mean, Brewis is pretty strong. Godos is okay with strength. You know. But also, and this goes back to Nightmare Magician. Nightmare Magician is also one of those cards that helps us take things as well. I would have put in more links for the whole taking things side of stuff and such, but... Anyway. We have, of course, the 3 hidden Hecka hands, which is probably just a big old hand. Or 2 hands, even. We got 2 copies of Forbidden Droplet for, you know, just in case you want to actually deal damage during the turn we negate effects. And, again, not a lot of our cards really mind being in the graveyard. Of course, we got the Hecka hands, Tartaros? Tartaros. This looks like it's either eating or has eaten something. But yeah. Good for fusing or disrupting plays. Again, if someone sets something, just be like, I'll just activate on my turn. And no, you won't. We only have 2 of the counter traps each because I felt like having 3 would just kind of muddy up the deck too much. Same thing with the continuous trap. I feel like having too many of these would be a little bit rough. I'd even be willing to go down one bait and a couple of other things, but I'm not really trimming right now. For the extra deck, we have 2 of Dandalos, 3 of Jalza, 2 of Xeno. We have 1 Vampire Sheerden for taking our opponent's stuff and using it to basically put into an XYZ monster. Of course, Sheerden can also be very annoying. Just once per turn, attach from the target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. Target 1 card your opponent controls sends to graveyard. It's good for getting rid of potential problems. And if we attack with it, that's easy going to Zeus. Same thing with vampires, with the zombie vampire, who, again, you should be very familiar with by this point. Oh, that's the head. I thought this was... No, yeah, that's clearly just Viavode. But, like, super Viavode. Anyway. Yeah, no, if you look at it from here, it looks like this was the head with, like, a weird crown thing. I didn't realize that this... That's the head. That's just a poofy collar. Oh, I suppose looking at it like this... Yeah, no, because it looked like it would have been alright. Like, just very crowded around the neck. Anyway. The zombie vampire does, you know, it's standard zombie vampire stuff. More hand ripped, more taking stuff. Either can go into Zeus, and then of course we always have Typhon for just in case we need to negate 90% of the board. IP is here because IP should be in any deck where you can take your opponent's monsters and use stuff. Little Knight is in this version because it's not the Dice Rally one. And of course Little Knight does Little Knight things. Avramax is just here because Avramax is really good to use with the Little Knight IP combo. Or again, any of my opponent's stuff, because I can literally rip from their extra deck. So he's just super useful for the deck as well. And then of course Goddess, because Goddess does Goddess things. I've had a decent amount of success with this deck. Obviously, you can take what you see here and try to make it your own, add things to it. This is pure Hecka Hands, technically, or pure Illusion Hecka Hands. We don't have much in the way of other archetypes. I considered adding some, but it's very hard to justify it because you have to cut down on a lot of your consistency with the deck. An idea was using kaijus for more removal of opponent stuff, like literally kaiju-esque for this, because we don't have the field spell that we need, so we could use the kaiju water tower and such. There were a couple of other archetypes too that could be used, but I'm blanking on stuff right now. Jaymer considered zombie Hecka Hands, you know, so we can use things like Baldrake and such, which kind of, again, it can work with this. I'm just looking through my card right now to see. Obviously, some things just will not work with it, and that's fine. I think, actually, I'm not gonna wish this into possibility, so I'm just not gonna say it, but yeah, it's pretty much the deck. Again, more could be added here if we do have lights and darks, so there's chaos that can be done here as well. Not much you can do with, well, again, you know, using chaos for stuff as well. You can use trying to think what other archetypes can fit in here. And just what cards in general you can use. Yeah, no, look, it was either I make Hecka Hands or I try to do a Legendary Knight deck and just cry abundantly when it doesn't work. But I like the deck. It's fun. I'm learning it. I'm trying to learn it at the very least. And there's a lot that you can do with it. I also did see the TCG ban list, so I'm a little annoyed at what they did to Gimmick Puppets, and I really do hope that it doesn't cross over here. I don't know why Puppets suddenly needed hurting, but I'm blaming new archetypes as the reason for this. But there's a lot of cool things you can do with this. Again, you have a lot of 6-star monsters, so there's there's Exceed 6 that you can go into, which I'm not sure how many of those I actually own and are super good, but there's Jinzo Layers where you can detach from material, then target one face of monster opponent control. Again, taking control of it. If there's a trap on the field, you contribute one monster, and if you do, destroy one face of card in the field. That requires dinosaurs. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, you can attach one extra material from this card, negate it, and if you do inflict that. So yeah, negates here. There's of course oh wait, we need Fiend, so not Caesar. Well, I have seen people playing Hecka Hands and using it for Fiendsmith stuff as well, because Fiendsmith is kind of okay with it. Really squeezing tight on the poor extra deck with it. But there's some cool things you could probably do with it. There's some decently generic. Oh yeah, like Insector Excabedal. You know, this card's extra C7, you can target one monster and use your graveyard, equip it to this card. Yada yada. And you can attach one material from this card and target one face of card in the field. You know, he's a pretty good tech option as well. What do you do? Okay, archetype specific. Huh, what do you do? Oh yeah, just easy. Well, if you had a number monster, you could also just have your opponent's life points right then and there. Not bad, per se. Like machines, winged beasts. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a Raid Raptor. That's my people. Oh yeah, the Nash Knight card. Oh! Musical Sumo Dice Games is another one, apparently. Oh yeah, and with a lot of this that you can do. Potential. Oh yeah, you also have access to Lars. Dragon Gate? What do we do here? Dragon Gate zombie. Okay. Okay. Well, that's actually a pretty neat effect, too. And there's a bunch of interesting things you can do with the Hecka Hands, as well as just, you know, by taking your opponent's stuff. But for the most part, this is kind of what me and Jaymer are doing. I think it's pretty fun. I think it's neat. I'm having fun with it, which is the important part. But, oh yeah, and then there's, oh yeah, that's this card that Jaymer, that was used on Jaymer at one point. Target one card in your opponent's graveyard and attach two or one material from this card, and then activate the appropriate effect. Returns to the deck. Targets a monster, special summon it, face up or face down to your field. Oh yeah, no, this guy's would be annoying for the deck. I'm a little tempted to actually just drop Sheerden to put into one of him, just so that way I have something to. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong, Sheerden's pretty okay, pretty good here, but like, Wallow is just annoying. I'm gonna shuffle things around here too. Oh yeah, the change here, instead of Little Knight, we have WP Fancy Ball. Wallow. Bing. All right. Well, I think that's enough yapping, and I've stalled long enough too. So there's that. And I think I will end the video here. I want to thank you for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed it, or you maybe attempted something of your own. If you liked it, you know what to do. Much appreciated if you do. Until next time, I just want to say, laters.